What in the hell is going on with the Indianapolis Colts running back room? Plus, the Colts have to play the Texans this Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern. We talk about that with Bob Kravitz today inside this No Horsing Around podcast. What is going on? No Horsing Around, family. Zach Boyd back at it again. And to do this one, guys, as I alluded, Bob, on the intro, Bob, what the hell is going on with this running back right now?
The only guy who can break a run is on the PUP list and completely healthy. So that's what's going on with the running back room. The only guy who can break a run for more than about 10 yards is not playing and may never play for the Colts again.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question about that. Do you think the Colts are just committed to Zach Moss, or do you think there's a little bit of a hesitation to bring an outside veteran in, knowing what they're dealing with Jonathan Taylor? Those waters are as rocky as they've ever been. What say you as far as how they're going to handle this running back moving forward?
Yeah, I think they give Zach Moss a week or two and see if he can carry the load. And if he can, then I think they're, in reasonably decent shape moving forward, whatever they end up doing with Jonathan. But no, I don't think that I don't think he's the answer, certainly. But I think they'll give him a week or two to show what he can do.
Yeah, I mean, 12 carries, 13 yards. Deion Jackson still on a
two
football.
Fumbles.
Yeah, 2 fumbles. How's Deion Jackson still playing in the NFL?
I have no idea. He must have pictures. It's the only thing I can think of. But yeah, when you're bringing Jake Funk up, when you're relying on Moss to be your bell cow, you have some serious problems.
Yeah, I mean, there's about that. And just speaking of problems, the offensive line last week, not to be all negative here, Bob, but the offensive line, maybe it's just week one. Maybe we're going to get things in the right track. But that being said, I wasn't overly impressed with the offensive line, especially with the push on those 4th downs and 3rd down, short down yardage situations.
Well, when you've got a team playing a 2-deep shell and they're not bringing a linebacker down because they don't respect your ability to run the football. And that's not all on Deion Jackson and Evan Hull and whoever the hell else they had out there. That's on the offensive line. If you can't beat the front 7, you've got some serious issues. And I thought in pass pro, they were fine. He was sacked 4 times, with 2 of them were him, just scrambling and, got brought down to the line of scrimmage. But the running game, when you have 4th and inches and you run the same play that Philadelphia ran last year and was successful 35 out of 36 times, and you can't make a couple of inches, that again is a problem.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question. Speaking of him, that is Anthony Richardson. Just your overall sentiment and thoughts. I know I've heard a couple of radio hits from this week, but I'm just curious just your thoughts on his very first game going out there. Not too bad, huh?
Not bad at all. Again, we didn't get to see him do the thing that he does best, which is push the ball downfield. And I give him credit for not trying to do that, simply because they were playing that 2-deep shell, and those opportunities really weren't there. It's another reason why Alec Pierce, only had 1 catch for 5 yards. So I thought it was impressive. I thought he was in command of the huddle. I thought, he made very few obvious mistakes. I mean, the one interception was obviously very hurtful, but geez, he's still only 27. He's still 27 short of Peyton Manning in his rookie year.
Yeah, he's got a long way to go.
Long way to go.
That there's no doubt about it. That's Bob Kravitz, bobkravitz.substack.com, musings of an old sports writer. Guys, go check that out as well. Bob, just the philosophy and the overall mantra this year, you said it. You were kind of out in front of it. You said it on this podcast. We are not in win now mode. We are in full rebuild mode. Nothing after game 1 up until this point has changed your mind on that, huh?
Not at all. Not at all. And the fact, look, if they were really interested in winning this year, Jonathan Taylor would be off the PUP list in 3 weeks or 2 weeks, excuse me. And 3 weeks. and he'd be playing football for the Indianapolis Colts. But winning is not paramount at this point. It probably shouldn't be, and so they're willing to play hardball with Jonathan.
Yeah, and speaking of Jonathan Taylor, what's going to happen in 3 weeks? I mean, I know there's been kind of
I don't
this.
know.
I mean, it's going to be crazy and fascinating. Just your thoughts. What the hell are they going to do here?
Well, I mean, he's clearly. I mean, his agent. We think it was his agent. We're pretty sure it was his agent. Made sure to tell the entire NFL that he is, in fact, healthy enough to pass a physical. So either they get a deal done. I mean, they don't have to wait till October 31st. They can do it much earlier. Or if he refuses to play, they just fine him, suspend him. I think there's a lot of options at their disposal, and they all add to the general ugly tone of what's going on.
God, it's just it's went
It's
from
sad.
worse to more worse. I guess.
Yeah, bad words.
You think Jonathan Taylor ever plays in a Colts uniform again, Bob?
I don't. I think you look around the league. Chris Jones signed. All these guys who were holding out. Nick Boza. I get
Yeah.
my two Bozas confused all the time. But they got that done. This isn't getting done. I think the reservoir of bad will is too deep at this point, and I just don't see it happening anytime soon. I think it's going to get uglier before it gets resolved.
Yeah, I mean, and who knows where this goes? Who knows if he continues down this path of saying he's got this ankle injury? Although, his agent comes out and leaks that he is healthy. In fact, maybe that's a little bit of a
We think it was his agent, but who the hell else could it be, right?
yeah, yeah. Like,
Yeah, no,
what would be any other reason?
he's been healthy enough to play for months. I mean, who's kidding who? This is a hold in. I don't know why we have such a hard time, not you specifically, but I
Yeah,
don't know why people say, well, he's still hurt. Why would they pay him if he's not hurt? He's not hurt. I'm just telling you.
yeah,
So it's a mess. It really is. And usually the Colts, when it comes to contracts, these things they move slowly, but they move smoothly. And this has been completely different. And I blame the agent. I blame Jonathan, and I blame Jim Irsay. Jim decided to come out and go public, and that just got the whole ball rolling in the wrong direction.
yeah. I mean, ultimately, you think this is a Chris Ballard decision, though? I mean,
I do. I think he's on board. And here's the thing I was saying to somebody on radio. It's a shame that every decision we look at through this prism of, is this really a Ballard decision or is this an Irsay decision? Are they on the same page? I think they're on the same page, but we don't know. I mean, ever since Jim decided to hire Jeff Saturday against the wishes of all his top lieutenants, including Chris Ballard, that I think undermined Ballard and his authority and his ability to do his job as well as he can do it. So um, I think they're on the same page here, but gosh, it's just a dangerous situation when you don't know if the guy who's supposed to be in charge is truly in charge at all times.
yeah, I guess if we could climb inside the mind of Jim Irsay,
Oh,
I'm not sure I
that'd be
want to be there, Bob. If I'm being
that,
honest.
that'd be quite a trip.
Yeah, you want to talk about an experience of a lifetime? That would
Oh
be
my
something
gosh.
else. My gosh. Moving over to the defense, Shaq Leonard played. Um, I said this, Bob. I don't really care how the hell he played. I just cared that he was healthy after game one, and it was exciting to see a guy who does want to play on the football field for this football team in this city get out there and run around. And
He looked
overall,
good.
look good.
He really did, and we talked to him today in the locker room, and he was, obviously, he wants to play more. He was on a bit of a pitch count, but I think he was very satisfied with the way he performed in his first game. I thought Buckner was a beast. I thought Grover Stewart was really good. Zaire Franklin had 19 tackles. Thought he was great. I mean, I generally thought the defense played okay, but in the second half, you just had all those 3 and outs, 4 and outs, and Trevor Lawrence. I mean, he made some throws. You just go,
Yeah.
holy crap! That throw to Zay Jones, that degree of difficulty was way up there.
Yeah, I mean, fourth quarter, they're just on the field over and over and over again. I know a lot of people don't want to hear the excuses of them getting tired and not being able to hold up, but at the same time, you can only go so long, out there against a guy like Trevor
Exactly.
Lawrence. And there's a reason he was a number one pick. He makes those
Right.
throws.
He makes those throws. I mean, I thought when he was at Clemson that he was as ready to come out as a Peyton or an Andrew Luck, and it's taken him a couple years, and certainly his rookie year was screwed up by the presence of Urban Meyer, but he's showing what he's all about.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question about that. Bob, just expectations of this game against the Texans, two teams that are really not the best football
Good,
team in the National Football League.
right?
But expectations, should we expect the Colts to be able to go down there and find a way to win that football game? Or is it really just a coin flip in your mind?
They got a chance, certainly. I mean, these are two equally bad teams right now, and you got two rookie quarterbacks. They did not look good. They couldn't protect C.J. Stroud in Baltimore, but that happens to a lot of teams when they go into Baltimore. It'll be interesting for Anthony Richardson dealing with the noise. Houston isn't exactly Buffalo or Kansas City, but it does get loud in there. So. It'll be an interesting challenge. I don't know what the over/under is in this thing, but I'm certainly taking the under, whatever it is.
Yeah, there's no question about it. There's not going to be a lot of fireworks going on. Last one for you before we let you hop off here. Anthony Richardson took a couple hits late in the game
He did.
and early in the game. Are you a little concerned just the attrition of the full NFL 17-week season and not having a lot around him ultimately is going to force him to do what he is naturally has and just says, you know what, I'm just going to take this team on my back and I'm going to run. Does that scare you at all?
Yeah, and I think that's a really good point on your part. I wrote about that today. I wish I had made that point, but the fact that he doesn't have the skill position people around him, he is going to be more inclined, it seems to me, to try and make something happen with his legs specifically. And you hate to see him deal with injury, but he said that he was in the cold tub all day on Monday, and his teammates were saying, "Welcome to the NFL, Rook, because this is the way it is every week." Because he, like you say, he got hurt twice, so he's going to have to walk that really fine line between being aggressive and taking advantage of his skill set, and being careful and protecting himself, as Trevor Lawrence told him to do right after the game.
Yeah, it's a long season. You're going to have to find a way to figure that balance up because you don't want to take that away from him necessarily.
Exactly.
But at the same time, he's not valuable at all if he's not able to be on the football field. And he does need these reps in this rookie season to kind of get ready for the long-term future. Bob, you mentioned earlier you've been writing, a little bit on Anthony Richardson. Just let everybody know where they can find you, what you've been doing here as the season's getting kicked off.
Okay, well, you can find me. It's on the crawl here at bobkravitz.substack.com. You can read some pieces for free, but for the most part, you need to subscribe to read. And I'm trying to write about 3-4 times a week when I'm not playing golf. Because golf is first priority.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm. It's kind of like my old days at Star. Writing more frequently. The Dopey report card came back this week to great to great celebration. You can only imagine. So yeah, it's been really enjoyable. I get to write when I want, what I want, and how I want, and it's been very liberating.
That's it, man. Guys, you asked for Bob Kravitz to be back on here. He's nice enough to join us. If you haven't joined this No Horsing Around family, hit that subscribe button, hit that like, light us up in the comments, and let us know what you think about this game against the Texans this Sunday. Until next time, Bob, thank you so much for hopping on. And as
My
always,
pleasure, man.
good luck, man. Take care.
All right.